Was that?
No different than sales. You make 100 sales calls. You're going to hit like 10 of them.
One of them. Exactly. So, biggest guest you want to have on?
Dave Grohl, Foo Fighters.
That's awesome.
He's the coolest guy in the world, right?
Yeah.
And I grew up a huge Foo Fighter. I mean, he's on this shirt right now with Nirvana.
Well,
There he is. Of course. He raised his 3 children, me, my brother, and my sister, on Foo Fighters, Pearl Jam, Soundgarden, Guns N' Roses, Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath. I know I'm forgetting a ton. Nirvana, obviously. Stone Temple Pilots was a big one. Metallica, of course. Megadeth, Ozzy, Slipknot. I interviewed Corey Taylor from Slipknot. He's like a big WWE guy.
He is, yes. But
so,
I'm a big metalhead, dude, so no shit.
Actually, I got to show you. I think it's a fake email. I never responded to it, but it's like an email from Slipknot saying they wanted to collaborate with me, and it didn't go into my spam, so that's why it kind of like, it's like triggering me. I'm like, is this real or not?
Got on the Google Meet. Google Meet, camera on.
Because it's like a generic Gmail account. So I'm like, this isn't real, but also it's in my main thing. But, so I'm like, that'd be a really cool collaboration.
Joe Rogan has a basic email. Like at Gmail. Yeah. It's like, I forgot what it is. Because the 2 kids, Sam and Kobe, they said they thought it was a fake email. And they're like, oh no, it's actually you. It's at Gmail.
Well, I emailed his publicist because he has the same publicist as like Bill Burr, Dave Chappelle, some of those older comedians. His publicist got back to me within 10 minutes, just like the thanks, but no thanks generic email.
Oh, Joe Rogan?
That was like 3 years ago, maybe. I think you have to reach a certain amount of popularity before you can even entertain that. But I know I can get in contact with them. I remember I emailed Slash's publicist one time.
That's
Same
awesome.
thing. They're like, they're on tour right now. They're busy, but like come back a different time.
What kind of guests do you get on your show?
All walks of life. I mean, I post a lot of baseball and pro wrestling content because those are really my 2 loves. And on social media, you really have to have a niche in order for the algorithm to really pick things up and for you to grow. So I'm really focusing on those 2. But my show specifically, I've talked to athletes, I've talked to movie stars, I've talked to musicians, business owners of all insurance, solar, tech, whatever. Because I'm young, we're 25 years old.
Yeah.
I'm still throwing myself at the wall, hoping to stick somewhere. Like, you could only learn so much, you know? So I've had pastors on, I've had porn stars on, after pastors, just anybody.
I think we switch that porn star.
Same day, I had a pastor, and then an hour later, I had a porn star.
Which porn star?
Lisa Ann.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, Lisa Ann on?
Dude, you got to watch my stuff. I think it's pinned to the...
You post.
We were talking about WWE for like an hour on our podcast.
Really?
Lisa Ann. She's awesome, dude.
No shit.
She has a lot of podcasts, I know.
She does, yeah.
She's in New York, but she goes to Vegas a lot. And one of my Vegas contacts he sent me her Wikipedia page. My friend Lisa Ann would love to get on your show. I'm like, dude, I know who Lisa Ann is.
Trust me.
I will.
I watched.
Yeah.
I did my research before I came on.
I'm a 23-year-old boy. I know who Lisa Ann is.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, that's fucking hilarious. So what show do you want to be on?
I don't really, I mean, I'm a nerdy content creator journalist. I mean, I'd love to get on any show that I can, but probably like pro wrestling specific shows, like The Undertaker, who was like, he was like,
I would too.
He was like in character his entire career, but now that he's retired, he started his own podcast. Now, like his actual being, Mark Calloway, is coming out, and he just started his own podcast with one of his buddies in Austin, Texas. And they just had a few content creators on that really love pro wrestling just to shoot the shit on pro wrestling. So that would be an awesome one to do. A lot of comedian shows.
Yeah.
I know, like, what's his name? Andrew
Schultz.
Not Schultz. Schultz has a good setup though. With all
not Flambiant.
Santino or whatever his name.
Oh, with you want Bad Friends?
Yeah. Who's his?
Bobby Lee.
Bobby Lee. Yeah, that show I really like.
I met Bobby Lee at the radio.
Really? Yeah. See, comedians go through all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Comedians, I think, are the easiest to get in contact with.
I met a few, and I got to be the director of Evil Dead, the latest Evil Dead, and that was I'm a horror movie fan, so I'm like,
I love horror movies.
Well, best thing with comedians is they only perform at night for an hour or 2 hours. So it's like, what do they do through the day?
Nothing. And they all say that they're all like, we're just in our hotel rooms jerking off.
Yeah, they have nothing to do. So they're bored. They're like, I guess we're just going to go around town and drink.
Fun fact, I did stand-up comedy for a year.
Really?
For a year. I opened for Trevor Wallace one time. Fun fact.
What, Tempe Comedy? Or
at
Tempe
Stand Up
Improv?
Live.
No shit.
So I was one of like 5 guys that opened. And I think like the 5th guy who like started the show, I had on a podcast, and we were talking about how I like did a few shows. He's like, we need someone 5 minutes to be on our card. I'm like,
how was it?
It's a comedy club, so people are there to laugh. Yeah. So even my set probably wasn't awesome, but everybody laughed. I felt like $1 million.
That's cool.
It was great.
What was your first story?
I was telling Actually, I was just telling stories. I didn't really focus on jokes. I think 3 minutes into the set, I was done, but I still had 2 minutes, and I kind of had to ramble, talk about like being on live TV for a broadcast, and not knowing what to say. Like you have to tell jokes, and you have no idea what you're going to say in front of an audience looking to laugh. I actually started singing "Better Man" by Pearl Jam because someone in the crowd, a lady in the crowd, was wearing a Pearl Jam shirt. I'm like, that song's stuck in my head right now, so I'm going to sing the song to her for like a minute, and that's what I did. But I told a story, and I'll tell you guys this story too.
Yeah. Let's hear it.
I met Post Malone at a Texas Roadhouse one time when I was in college. And in college, every Saturday night, because I love steak, I'd always go to Texas Roadhouse for a steak. So the waitresses knew me. The manager knew me, who'd always give me free appetizers like cards. I had a specific booth that I would sit at. So this was sophomore year in college. It was like the Gold Rush festival that he was headlining. This was before he like got his shit together. I think this was like in his depression era where like the Congratulations record was out. And this is like when he first like really popped off, 2018, 2019.
Yeah.
And I remember like there's all these giant Chevy Tahoes out front, like a lot of security. I'm like, someone's here. And I pulled up in an Uber. I didn't even have a car at that time. Pulled up in my Uber for my weekly Saturday night ribeye. And I walk in, Post Malone's there like with his entourage looking to get a table. And I'm in the back, and the manager spots me. He's just like, "Jack, welcome back, man. Let me bring you to your booth." And they sat me before Post Malone. and Post Malone verbatim was like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" And then on my way out, I asked for a quick selfie with Post Malone, and he just like all depressed, like, whatever, man.
Like, you took my booth, bro.
I felt like $1 million, dude. I'm like, oh, yes.
He's like, "Excuse me? Hey, big guys. Excuse me. Well, I'm right by."
Yep. And I remember on the way out, my buddy who was with me was just like, "Posty, I love you." And the security guard was like, "Shut the fuck up." Dude, I think I had like $25 in my bank account, just enough for me to go get a steak after a GCU baseball broadcast that night.
Your broadcast money was buying you steak?
Basically.
That's awesome.
I remember back in college getting $400 checks, being like, "Dude, we got $400 this."
I remember that. I remember my first check was from ASU, and I was like, "Oh shit,
dude, this is a big check."
Yeah, I never.
It's $900. I'm like, "Holy shit, this is awesome!"
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, $1,200 we got for like a bowl game. And I was like, "Holy shit!" It's like I got $12 the whole year.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Holy shit!" I got $1,200. This is fucking awesome. And like ever since then, anytime I price stuff, like the minimum I'll go is like $1,200, just because that reason. That's the only thing I go for. Nothing lower. $1,200. That's what I got paid at football. So I was like, that's it. Nothing lower than that. So one last question.
What? One last? Come on, let's keep this rolling.
We need to step, because I still don't know how you got into broadcasting for wrestling.
Yeah.
We still answered that question. No.
Yeah.
No, because I asked you.
You should clip that one up, and it'll just be like an entire 60-minute thing. So how did you get into wrestling? Like, how's this going to be a 60-minute? We just go off the rails for
anyone watching this knows that we're ADD as fuck. So it's all over.
Come back.
Mm-hmm. How did I get into? So I was telling you the story how I used to sneak it. Right, CM Punk got me into it, and then I remember going to Monday Night Raw as a kid at the TD Garden in Boston, Massachusetts. Me and my cousins. And CM Punk had a live contract negotiation with Vince McMahon in the ring. And he was just saying things like, "Vince, I'll kick you in the nuts and you'll smile at me and like it and show me some respect." And us as kids were like, this is awesome. So this guy telling off his boss like this, like throwing the tables around and whatnot. And that to this day is probably one of the most memorable storylines in the history of the company in the last 25 years. And we, as kids, we thought this is awesome because from 2011 to about 2013, the product was really solid. And then from 2013 to about 2020, that 7-year period, the product sucked.
Yeah.
Really bad. But like as a fan, I'm like, I don't know, I like this stuff. I'm loyal to it. I'll just get through it, even though like the booking is terrible. Just like you get into like the nooks and crannies of being a pro wrestling fan and how things should work. And you're like, Vince has no idea what he's doing. And then you find out later that Vince liked to torture his audience and not give them what they wanted. Just like as an evil, just an evil dude.
Kind of worked though, didn't it?
I mean, people are going to pay regardless.
Yeah.
So it's like, but it just proved that he didn't care about the fans. And then he had to step down 2 years ago because of sex trafficking accusations. Now Triple H, who was the doofus son-in-law that CM Punk referred to, is now running the company. And it's amazing. It's like they're bringing in more revenue than they've ever brought in. They've partnered with UFC and Endeavor because they got sold out. Vince sold the company to Endeavor that also owns UFC. So WWE and UFC are kind of like collaborating on things now, which is really cool. But the product, The Rock is back too. He's like the head of the board. So The Rock's involved on a weekly basis. It's a different product. And CM Punk actually quit shortly after that, back in 2011. And he just returned last year after 10 years. And it was a shocking return because they had bad blood for like 10 years.
Yeah.
And they came back and it's incredible.
So what do you think of Logan Paul being a part
I think
of
he's a great wrestler.
Really?
I think he's a phenomenal wrestler. He's a natural born heel, which is a bad guy. For those that don't know wrestling terminology.
I don't. I know nothing about WWE.
So heel is a bad guy. Babyface is a good guy. But Logan Paul is a natural born heel because people just think he's a douchebag.
Yeah.
Anyways. But he's actually a really good pro wrestler.
Really?
He's the current United States champion and everybody hates him.
Yeah, because I met him after his thing in Dallas. Like literally they went to the steakhouse that we were at to literally right after.
He was probably just in town for the night too.
Yeah, he was probably just in there and they bounced out the next day.
Interviewing some Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders or something and then...
He was interviewing Mark Cuban.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, he was in town with Mark Cuban and then did the show. And then guys, they couldn't find him a table. It was kind of funny. I was saying that there's and
then Michael and Cole walked in. They're like, Michael, Cole, we'll take you to your booth.
Reed has reservations.
Our favorites. Here's your appetizers are on us.
Well, it's weird. So it's like random Wednesday or something. We're just like chilling there eating. So we're there for like a conference and we're just like sitting there and I see Mike Malak walk in. I was like, I know him. Mm-hmm. So I went, Mike. He turned around and goes, hi. He didn't know who the fuck I was. And I was like, he like came over and sat with us for a second. I was like, well, yeah. He goes, oh, Logan's here. And they just sat there in the middle of the restaurant for probably 15 minutes until they got their private room in the back. They're just chilling there. And I was like, are they not going to sit down?
So Logan like wouldn't say hi to you guys or like what was
We took a picture of them. But
he definitely seemed annoyed.
Yeah, he seemed very annoyed. Mike was super happy and like joyful in the whole thing.
Well, I think because you addressed him first.
Oh yeah,
Michael is what that Hawk Tua's girl best friend is to Logan Paul. You know that girl I'm talking about that's always with her in the interviews?
Yeah.
Ever since she went viral, like there's that girl behind her just smile. I'm like, this girl's just gonna ride this. Just one word, she makes life-changing money.
Well, she took it and ran with it. That was the thing.
Which is smart, and I don't blame her for it.
She went.
It's annoying.
I'm impressed with it. Not the Hawk Tua part. I'm impressed she took it and went, I can monetize this. And then went, shoom.
Well, it's not that she thought I could monetize this more so than it was people reaching out to her with endorsements. That's easy.
Well, because I saw the whole hat thing and then I think after the hat, the story popped off because it's like this nice man was like, we can monetize this. Mm-hmm. And then went, cool. Now